welcome back to Wrestling Rants and Reviews. As always, I'm your host, Big Mike, and this is episode 25. And this is an episode inspired by Tourette's Detectives, a subscriber of mine, and he asked me, what's my opinion on the Undertaker streak, and do I think it will last? So I'm just going to go and probably rant a little bit about the Undertaker streak and whether or not I think it'll last. So first of all, I'm going to say yes, I think it will last. Or at least I hope so. See, the Undertaker, up until recent years, hasn't had the title a heck of a lot. He may have held it twice, possibly 3 times in his 20-plus year career. I know he's held it a lot longer now, or more times, but only because he was the go-to guy on SmackDown when everybody was injured, or they got making movies, or being switched to Raw, or whatever. So I don't think they gave it to him because he deserves it, which he does, but they didn't give it to him for that. They gave it to him because he was the veteran, and he was the go-to guy to put other people over with certain feuds. So that's a lot different than earning it and keeping it for, better reasons. Had Taker been on Raw, the go-to guy would have been maybe Kane, and he would have had it for that long. So, with title reigns aside, I think the Undertaker streak deservingly never needs to be broken. Because when he goes and retires finally, and gets his send-off, he's not going to be known as the best champion, or the longest reigning champion, or the most multiple-time champion. Even though he may be raising his numbers up by being the go-to guy on SmackDown, he's only going to be known for his streak. Which is unfortunate. Well, he won't be known just as a streak, but his character and what he's done in 20-plus years. However, his streak is going to be the most prominent. Now, if he finishes 18-1, or 19-1, or 19-0, I don't know for sure. But I hope he keeps his streak intact, so he at least goes 20-0. That'd be a nice round number. It's only a year away, and then he can retire 20-0 at WrestleMania. It'll never be touched. It'll never be touched again. You might never see anybody go 10-0 at WrestleMania. Now, this is his legacy, and no matter what the last few years have outcome for The Undertaker, because we know he's always had his hiatuses after WrestleMania, almost gone a year at times. But when he comes back, no matter when or how he comes back, he always brings that persona and big game feeling to WrestleMania. Because, like I always said, since WrestleMania 19, there hasn't been a good WrestleMania, but Taker's always made the show feel good because his streak. It means a lot more to me than it does seeing anybody fight for a title. I've had the honor to see The Undertaker twice at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 18 when he beat Ric Flair, WrestleMania 23 when he beat Batista. And just that presence at WrestleMania is something else. So again, do I think his streak will be broken? I hope not. I know he's broken a little bit, but if he just keeps his wrestling to a minimum, he'll be able to stick around one more year and go 20-0. That's why, they're having a street fight at WrestleMania 27 this year. Triple H is full of ring rust. He's had how many surgeries too? It'll be easier to swing a few chairs and wrestle around outside of the ring, etc., than it will be to do a lot of high-impact wrestling, which the Taker can do, as he proved in the last 2 WrestleManias with Shawn Michaels. But there was one guy by the name of Edge who could have maybe give Taker a run for his money. I think he was 7-0 until he fought Undertaker at WrestleMania 24. And now 7-0 compared to what was 24 3 years ago, so like 15-0 or 16-0 doesn't mean a lot, but he was halfway there. Now he may have lost his tag teams or in triple threats, but Edge had never lost in singles competition at WrestleMania. And I think at WrestleMania 24 it would have gave a bigger hype or a bigger feel, other than just a streak and a title. You throw in the fact that Edge was undefeated too, it would have gave that match that much of a bigger feel. Should Edge have been one of the guys to go 19 or 18 or 15 or even 10-0? Just think about it. If he would have been 10-0 this year, it could have been another great match for the Undertaker instead of Triple H. You got, the Edge coming and saying, "Oh, I'm going to be the man to defeat that Undertaker, and I'm going to beat his streak because I'm undefeated." Would have been a little bit more. But simply as a question, will Undertaker's streak come to an end? No. It's his legacy. And all good things must come to an end. And maybe if he passes the torch to someone, he might be 19-1 after next year's WrestleMania in Miami. But I really don't. I like to see him go 20-0, finish his career on top where he belongs. And again, I want to end it at that. I want to see Taker go 20-0. His streak will go undefeated. So I want to say thanks to Tourette's Detectives for the question. And I hope this video response explains it a little bit. Even though it was a simple question, I ramble and rant. That's why it's Wrestling Rants and Reviews. And hopefully, if you guys keep sending your questions in, there'll be more answers such as this for you guys. So Big Mike signing off for Ranslin? It could be Ranslin. Wrestling Rants and Reviews.